again. Chrono 767 here with thoughts on God. I just watched the movie The Da Vinci Code, and it was interesting, talking about how, what if Jesus was just a guy, and, he got married, and had children. Perish the thought. So where does that leave Christianity? I don't know. Probably leaves it in pretty good shape. Because I don't think you have to have Jesus as God to have God. I think God is the universe itself. I think, well, which is a strange thing for me to be saying, because for a long time I've been basically an atheist. But of late I've been drifting more towards an agnostic / humanist. And so I don't know, it's just I'm less and less convinced that one can with authority say there is no God. God within the self? Possibly. God within a multiplicity of selves, or the cumulative effect of a multiplicity of selves, perhaps. I guess everybody has a changing view of religion and spirituality as they grow. Or maybe not. Maybe there are those who are steadfast in their belief throughout life. But for me, it's certainly an evolving thing. I was essentially raised without religion. And yet I find something in my mind, I suppose, or you could call it soul, yearns for that connection that I perceive to come from religion, or something like it. So, perhaps that's why I do all these things on the internet, like YouTube, and Second Life, for instance, which is another new, interesting thing that's happening. Seeking to connect with others, maybe as a surrogate for connecting with God, because it's difficult to do that for somebody like me. I mean, I've convinced myself that I've talked to God before. And I know that would sound whacked, but if you look at it from a certain perspective, that God is an aspect of your mind, like a part of your mind, if you can conceive of a dialogue in your mind between you and someone else, in this case God, then in effect you're talking to God. But is it really God, or is it just you? I mean, who's the man behind the curtain? So I think we've established at this point that I'm far from being an atheist anymore. But I'm not really a Christian either. I'm definitely somewhere in the middle. I mean, I happen to live in a Christian nation. Well, a largely Christian nation. America. So is it just circumstance that makes us what we are? I don't know. Anyway, I'm sort of wandering around as far as topics go. But I don't know. I feel like the more people talk about such things and exchange ideas, the closer we get to some sort of agreement or conclusion about them. Like, say, our current conflict in the world between Western civilization, if you will, and the Islamic world. Will it always just be fighting that's going on, or will there be dialogue? Some sort of agreement, some sort of breaking down of the barriers, like the language barrier and the cultural barrier. I mean, they have a concept of God, just like we do. It's different. I'd be interested to talk to a non-believer of Muslim ethnicity to see what their take on this whole global situation is. Anyways, this is sort of a rambling vlog post thingy, but I rather suspect all of them will be. And I don't expect a lot of people to watch. But they'll be here for my own edification and the edification of whoever in the future may be interested. So, that was just a little self-vindication there. I sometimes worry that someone going on down the line at some point, I'm going to regret having put my opinions out there. But then I think to myself, Alex, don't be a coward, you know? Whoops! I just said my real name. Oh, there you go. Hi, I'm Alex. But I'm also Chrono6767. So, yeah. So God, if you're out there, if you're listening, I'd just like to say that this is a mighty interesting existence you've cooked up for us. I can't wait to see what comes next. If you're not there, then to any people who are listening, I'd just like to say, I hope you're doing well, and isn't this an interesting existence that God didn't create for us? Let's see what happens